so well. So I'm like, what's a one discard outlet blue card? And he goes, Hapless Researcher. I'm like, all right, sold. We're in. So.
Do you think, have they been better for you than Drowned Kill would have been?
I mean, they're just better if I have to play against Wastelands. If my opponent doesn't have Wastelands, it's probably going to be better almost all the time. Because I get to discard, obviously, before I draw.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I can just play it and sack it and like activate bridges is really been really strong too.
All right, and
what have you played against in the tournament so far? Wins and losses.
Let's see here. Round 1, I beat Merfolk. Round 2, I lost to the Progenitus Bant deck. Round 3, I beat the Survival Bant deck. Round
is it John Panic?
No, it was Jago.
Oh,
and then I beat Black Green Rock, and then Goblins.
And then just beat Goblins. What's the one matchup you want to face every round, and the one matchup that you don't want to have to play against ever?
I really like Merfolk and counterbalance decks.
You like playing against those?
Yeah, they're pretty easy to beat.
Right. And least favorite? What are you most afraid of?
Most afraid of?
What deck you want?
Just the deck with the most hate, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, combo's always scary, even though I'm pretty prepared for it. But 43 land, if it's a competent player, is very hard to beat.
Okay, I can see that.
The audience at home wants to know what are your thoughts on vintage.
Yeah, well, how about a little vintage?
You are a master at
from
tech.
Yeah, vintage is pretty miserable right now.
They restricted all of Tommy's blue cards.
I've been going to vintage tournaments, but I'm not very happy about it.
Have you been dredging there too?
Not recently. I probably should go back to dredging.
Yeah, I mean, with all the blue cards, getting axed.
Yeah,
you have to kind of creep into these little.
The blue cards are still pretty overpowered.
I mean, obviously, blue is still the best color ever. I'm not denying
that.
that. I'm just saying, Brainstorm and Thirst, and Merchant Scroll and Gifts.
We still have some compulsive researches now.
Yeah, we got compulsive.
Dig deep for it, boys.
I just really hate playing in a meta where Time Vault Key is around. It's pretty miserable.
Yeah. I mean, they went out of their way to like make sure Flash wasn't. Plays like the same thing.
Well, I would say if Flame Fusillade Time Vault was too broken, that was Time Vault Key not.
Yeah,
10 times better.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
clearly they had a little miscalculation.
So, I mean, like, it just hasn't been much fun. The meta just has been.
How do you think if you were, head of Wizards, what would you do? Ban Time Vault?
I mean, ban it or just re-errata it so none of the combos
errata it, re-errata.
Make it something like only twiddle it. That's the only way we can do it.
And then we have to twiddle.
All right, so if there was a vintage tournament tomorrow, in 10 minutes, what would you play?
On the fly, probably Dredge or just some kind of Bob Tezzeret deck.
That's right.
With the new Jason in it.
Is he
interesting?
The new Jason's really good. Like, I've been main decking Sowers in all my decks, and I think Jason is a better spot.
Better than Sower?
It's more versatile.
Was Sowers seen less play since people started playing like the 7-11 over Dursa Blossoms?
Not too much.
Sowers never seen like overwhelming.
Yeah, Sowers usually, it's like a 1 or 2 in the main deck. It's usually they're more for the fish matchups anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can steal a Colossus, it's awesome. But
I think Jason a Colossus back to their hand is pretty sweet.
Yeah. The Jason's pretty good.
Just having DI Brainstorm seems really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Now that Brainstorm's gone, you gotta pay 4 mana for it.
How are you gonna kill it? Nobody plays like
Your Bobs
they're just trying to kill you.
Never die to a Bob again. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's good. All right, well, thank you, Tommy Collett, for stopping by. What's your record now? X1?
X1, unfortunately. So long day yet.
Yeah. Multiple rounds out of you.
Round 6,
We'll
right?
be keeping track.
I want to say 4 and 1. That sounds right.
I think you just won 5.
Yeah, this was round 5 because I went 2 and 2, and this is my first round in the booth.
Nice deck choice, Belcher.
Kill us, please.
Yeah, well, Cedric tricked me.
And then he still has enough time to dagger his
Cedric tricked us, and then is XO with it because
he's a master.
Did you see 5-0?
Yeah.
I know he was 4-0. I don't know what he did
I mean, we
this
just
round.
can't hit Belchers just otherwise. So.
All right, thanks, Tommy.
See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye, Tommy. Thanks for using my toe pants.
A true class act, Tommy Cole.
If you couldn't hear that, as Tommy was walking away, he said that he was happy to use the Rashad tokens, but then his opponent asked how big his guys were, and he had to,
and then he had to flash it again.
Yeah, to give him the actual zombie token.
Tommy's one of my favorite people of all time, actually.
Yeah, Tommy's awesome. Very, very nice guy. Plays very stoically, very methodically,
and well.
And very well. If you're if you're very into competitive vintage, you know who he is already. And if you're not and don't, you should.
He's slowly making names
He's
for something.
yeah, he top aided a legacy.
Columbus.
Yeah, he top aided a legacy GP, right?
Yeah, he top 8 Columbus with the Storm combo deck. Tendrils.
Not Columbus, Chicago.
Chicago.
He top aided Chicago.
Top 16 Columbus.
Top 16 Columbus. And so people were starting to say, he's only an eternal guy, and then he ended up top 16ing Seattle.
Yeah.
So he's
Just
a good all-around player. He just, happens to enjoy the eternal
I
formats
don't
the most.
understand why people say just because he's good at eternal formats doesn't mean he's good at Magic.
Well,
it's
I mean,
still Magic.
Yeah, people have like a mental disconnect between formats.
Like, he's still really good.
Yeah,
God, Sean Pettick just
Dr.
updates with
Dr.
4-1.
John Pennick is 4-1
With his crazy
Bant
deck.
Survival. That's the deck I was gonna play if card availability wasn't the problem. But
It's like,
I mean, it's a legacy tournament. Card availability is always gonna be in the shadows. Kind of affecting the tournament subtly. And today it hit me pretty hard. I had to play Belcher instead. Did not it did not go well. But the good news is that means I get to be here in the booth with the GG's Live crew. Bring you your good games live.
all we need is either ice cream or a cough drop for AJ's throat.
Yeah.
Ice cream sounds good.
Oh yeah, or like 4 more hours of sleep.
Can't wrong.
So this round's almost up.
I like this guy.
I want to see.
Belcher's actually a
That's
fine.
like-
Yeah, that guy's been always awesome. There's like another guy too.
So AJ,
Well,
what's
time's
happening
about
in
to
2 weeks?
be up in the round, so we'll get a new
Well-
match going for you soon.
What's happening in 2 weeks? Funny you ask.
Yeah, we will be in Orlando.
It will be another Star City double back-to-back 5K in Orlando, Florida. Sunny, beautiful Orlando, Florida.
Hang out with Meg Holland, one of the best people in Magic.
Oh yeah, Megan and Kit Hollins, two of my favorite people in Magic.
Agreed.
Possibly the
Florida-
warmest people I've ever met, and
And the Florida Money Directors, which are not as warm. But yes, we
yeah,
should.
I've gone on record saying my favorite 3 couples of all time. First, my parents, obviously. They're my parents. They're amazing. I love them. Then, Megan and Kit Hollins are both amazing people. Love to be around them. And Andrew and Kaylee Plinston. I don't know if you guys know.
The New Zealand.
Yes, they're New Zealanders, and they are amazing people.
APL won a PTQ.
Yes, he
In fact,
did.
Saturday with.
I mean, his PTQs are like 20 people.
I mean, still.
So the guy has like 8 PTQ wins because his PTQs are so soft. But yeah, he's a fine enough player. I actually played against him twice or twice? No, I just played against him once. I was in both of his pods, but I only played against him once in Rome. And yeah, he's a fine enough player, and he's a really nice guy. And it's always a pleasure to see Andrew and Kaylee at events.
The odds of Cedric top 8. Well, if you won this round, fairly good.
How many people in this 5K? The Legacy one had
296.
almost 300, just short of 300. Which is pretty big for the Legacy portion.
Largest legacy and constructed.
AJ, what about Gavin's mom? Gavin's mom is quite possibly the nicest woman I've ever met. She has saved me multiple times, taken me in, fed me, kept me warm. She's a lifesaver. And obviously she's raised Gavin Vert, who is a solid man. So
Well, we don't know actually. Do you know if Star City's going to plan on doing this next year?
I'd imagine they do it as long as it stays successful throughout the
yeah,
year.
I mean,
people
I don't
supporting it.
They haven't made an announcement. I haven't talked to any of them about it. But I mean, this year's series have been
So good for them.
So good for them, so good for the players, so good for the game. it would be.
Like the
I would
fees
be
alone.
shocked if they didn't. They didn't
Like if the
do
next
anything.
half of the year mirrors the first part of it,
Yeah.
I would imagine